Pling. Hello. Alright, today we're gonna do a little bit fun things. Yeah, I was farming Zul Farrak with one of my alts for materials. A little bit of mage weave, um, some thick leather, rugged leather, and just general, just goofing around because when I farm instances because, well, on my alt I'm on a PvP server and it's kind of tedious to farm in a non-instance because you can get jumped anytime. But today we're gonna do a little bit fun because I was farming and I was like, Sulfarak has a lot of mountains, and that gives you a scenic route, which then poses the question: can we skip certain parts of the instance and avoid majority of fights and actually clear the instance regardless? So I was like, okay, let's find it out. So first we're gonna get to Sulfarak, and while we do that, we're gonna go over the skills I use while I do this. This is a hunter parkour build, as I like to call it. Um, so we're gonna first off, we're just gonna go to the Valley of the Four Winds, which has the typical portals to all the locations. This is my super fantastic hunter, Wilder. And we're on Dark Moon Fair server. Funny. And yeah, that's where I reside. So we're gonna go to the portals. We're going to go to Dalaran. And once we've gotten to Dalaran, we can jump into the portal to Caverns of Time. And we can just fly directly over to Sulfarak. Because I am too high level to actually use any Q or finder, so that's not right. Come on. Sorry. The camera is overlaying. Okay, never mind. The camera is overlaying, so I can't see what I'm supposed to use here. Why can't I put on my mount? What? Okay. Alright. Oh. I was in the one spot that didn't allow flying. Okay, so basically you start here, you come out there, you go up these stairs, you take the portal, and you go to this one. That is the
Need help?
Keeper of Time. You can always talk to
King's
them and go
honor,
like,
friend.
take me to the Caverns of
Go
Time.
with honor, friend.
Balam. Take the portal. Oh, magic. You gotta love magic. Now mount up and I'm gonna do the Griffin because it's not too much. Do one of the Griffins. I haven't flown the Griffin in a long time. Map Zul Farrak. So past gadget set. So instead of like taking the boat, flying the scenic route, taking the long way, you get on your bird. Alright. So what we need for the parkour fit is as simple as this. You need deterrence. No, disengage. Sorry. You know what? I'm gonna actually move the camera for 1 second. Yes. Nope. Never mind. I'll have to stop the recording to do that. That sucks. This one. Disengage. You know what? Let's do from here. Marksmanship. Disengage. Leap backwards, clearing movement, impairing effects, and increase your movement speed by 60% for 8 seconds. The reason why it does increase the speed is because I use the post-haste. The post-haste talent is mandatory for this. So you need the post-haste, you need to be level 45 with your hunter to be able to do this. So what I do is I flip this over to my hotkey. I have a hotkey bind to the T key. So when I click T, it uses this skill right here. So what happens, it just flips you backwards and it increases your movement speed. Now I'm going to show you the dynamics of how to use post haste to do this, and it's kind of fun. So let's go into Sulfarak. Alright, so initially I haven't really tried the first section, so we could try the first section, but for Oh yeah, this is how many quests I do on this character. I haven't even done the quests in Zul Farrak. Okay, so we're just basically gonna rampage these guys out. Uh, yeah, this is recorded post release of the pre-Legion patch, so not all of my add-ons are updated, so we can get a few script errors. Once I've clicked them away, they won't come back, so hopefully that was the last one. So we're just gonna clear out the first part here and take out these, but once we get to this section right here, so initially we need a mount. I'm gonna take my For the Alliance Black Bear. Now, the reason how I came across this is actually I was farming thick leather, and I was like, well, there's a lot of basilisks in the upper section of the mountains. I was like, well, are there more? That was the question. So I started like hunting for the basilisks. I was like, hey, kill you, skin you. And I started moving like, okay, let's go up here. And we found another one, and I was like, well, there's a trail of basilisks, which allows us to avoid the starting section of Zul Farrak. So I started going over here, and I was like, okay, let's just keep clearing these. We can get some leather, and then we come to the first section of where we can boost ourselves over an obstacle by using post-haste. So, we're gonna go over the dynamics before I do the actual leap, but we need to get it over this one. We need to scale this wall to skip content. So, the first rule of post-haste is you get thrown backwards, like this. Then you get a speed boost. Ignore the speed boost. That's not essential in this. It's the leap that counts. So as you can see, the cooldown is actually rather fast, so it won't take you too long to wait for the post-haste to come back. So in general, if you jump backwards and look to your right and then use post-haste, you get a 90-degree angle flip. So you can basically jump off a cliff, turn in the opposite direction of where you want to go, click post-haste and get flipped backwards. Kind of fun. So let's see this in with a mount active. So we can get a little bit more speed. We'll just jump, we do a 360, and we throw ourselves to the other end of the not the other end, but as you can see, you can get significant distance covered with just the by using a mount and combining it with post-haste. So just standing still, clicking it will flip you. If you jump, you get a slight height boost. So let's see, we get flipped upwards a little bit when we do it. So I found this spot, which is kind of like right before you fall down, and you turn yourself towards the wall and you jump and post-haste, and ta-da, you're on the wall. First part done. Yeah. Now I'm gonna show you a part later on where you can do a little bit of scenic parkour jumping, which is kind of fun. You can scale up and get up in higher sections. Of course, you can't do this with a group unless other characters have the same or similar abilities, but you can get quite far. Let's see. I want to get over there. Yep. And I was a little bit too eager. That's the disadvantage with the speed. You can fall down and you can mess up once in a while, but you know, once you get it in, you can, after you get the speed boost, you might want to just, you know, not move. Oh, that was actually a hotkey lag. Didn't react. Or maybe I went for the wrong one. I overshot it. Okay, so we'll do this again. Oh, there we go. Another script error. Alright, let's just go over here. And whoop, 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 and jump, and flip, and click. And we're over here. So, we can get over to this section, and if you get on your mount, some scenic routes are easier to scale with a mount. So as you can naturally see, you know what I'm gonna do right now. I'm just gonna do a 360 flip, and we're over. And ta-da, we're at the first actual boss we want to fight, the cave. Ta-da! So if you do this with speed, you ignore the mob killing, you can get to this location quite fast. And you can boost someone quest-wise in Zul Farrak if you want to. Who would want to do that? I'm here for the leather too, so I'm just gonna be skinning a little bit while I'm talking while I'm doing this, but it's funny. Yeah. Da-da-da. That's how I discovered this. I was looking for leather. So, where do we go from now? Now it's the witch doctor in the section where we pop open the graves, right? Yeah. Now, naturally I thought this would be like the hardest part, but if you take this route here, just move left to right while you use your mount, and you will be able to get all the way up here. And this is where I initially started using my 360. I was like, yep, and that's tricky. You're not always going to be able to do that, but it's fun to try. You don't need to get up here, but what you can do if you get up here, you can do something really fantastic. What you can do also, if I remember correctly, is go through this section right here. But if you're level 91 plus and you're boosting someone, this is naturally an easy thing to do. You open your toy box. If you have the item, you get it in the first zone outside your garrison. One of the name drops can give you this toy, which basically slows your falling speed for 10 seconds. And we're gonna pop up this one. We're gonna get on. We gotta do this quickly because we only have 10 seconds. So, fall speed, mount, jump, 360, and glide. And click it off. And suddenly, we are very close. Let's see. Can we get further up? Can we? Can we? Yes, we can. We were... Whoa! And actually, we can just go up here. But I've managed to get up here as well, all the way to the upper section here. We're just gonna do the simple route, because if you jump around too much, trust me, you will end up in a crack that you're not supposed to be in, and that will eventually force you. I've fallen down here. If you do that, you have to use a heartstone. you can't get out. You get stuck in a tiny crack, and you're done for. So we're just gonna pop in and say hello to this guy. Hello. And I've actually not done any parkouring from this section, so we're gonna try. Can we get up on this box? Yes, we can. Okay, so let's see. Jump. Oh, yeah. We are now on the ledge. You gotta love scenery. Oh! This is by far fun. Okay, so we are now on top of the structures again. Okay, so now we can of course just do the wall. We can just stay. No. Yes, we can stay on the wall. Okay, so let's get over here. We like the mountains, don't we? Yes, we do. As you saw, I was about to fall down, but I just did the 90-degree turn and post-hasted myself into the wall. And of course, if you're not high enough level, this next section is not something you can just boost yourself with, because you have to do the stairs. Stairs is always fun. That's my favorite event in Zul Farrak. Da-da-dum. Flip. Flip. Open them up. And... oh! One thing. If you feel like doing this, make sure you don't die when you land. Because you can do that in instances where the falls are a little too high. And trust me, you will fall to your death if you abuse post-haste. Loot. Yeah. Come on, fellas. Of course. Talk to the goblin.
What's up?
Blow up the door. And piss off Sergeant
What can I do
Bly.
for you? Be careful.
Dun-dun-dun. Did I align them correctly? Let's see. Is that it? Blow them up. Bear. Do. Save the goblin. I have an OCD about that goblin. Sometimes I just have to escort him all the way to the entrance. Make sure he's safe. I don't want him to die. This part is, of course, naturally a. It's not. You can probably jump your way into this one as well, but I enjoyed it. It's faster to just run it, you know. Certain aspects are not always faster. And if it's a time saver, do it. If it's faster to just do it in the regular way, do it in the regular way. Don't try to avoid the mobs if it's faster to just kill your way up. Boom. I love the explosive shot. The new skill for the hunters are fun. Alright. This is typical, people's always done this, but if you get to this section, and people always jump over here, down, and they do the normal route. If you take this route, and just jump over here instead, and you can take a... remember, fall damage is percentage. It's not an integer. It's a percentage of your health. So everybody can jump down to this section, and you can start grinding from this area instead, which is actually easier than exiting from that point. So as a group, taking that scenic route will give you a better angle of approach when you fight the boss. FYI. You have less enemies in this corner. Plus you can just, you know, kill those groups, and you can just summon Gazrilla right away. So you can just wait for her, the Hydromancer, and then you can get him when you want to. Just pull him as well. And that was Zul Farrak. If you like grinding everything, kill the rest. If not, that was my tiny Zul Farrak parkour movie. So, I hope you enjoyed the show. Bye bye.